That's fine. Okay, we're live. We are officially on TikTok. Let's just see how many people are going to start showing up. Give everyone a few minutes. What's everyone up to today other than this?
Who's got the most interesting like that last three?
Just preparing for going back to work tomorrow, I guess. Enjoying the last weekend.
Weekend over.
Oh yeah, you're doing sound prep stuff.
There we go.
I mean, I went to the London Batman exhibit yesterday.
Oh,
It was really good. It was awesome, man. Everyone was like dressed up, and like you could go into like the Batcave, and there was all the cabins like all lined up throughout all the films.
Oh, that's cool.
Even Lego Batman was there, like a little Lego cabal. So it was like all the like real cabals they used in the movies, all lined up, and then right at the end, it was just like all Lego cabal. I was like, oh my god, the real Lego Batman.
I can't believe I managed to get him and wanted to do.
I know, right? His schedule's always so full, but
yeah, he's always building Lego.
Man of many faces, that guy.
I heard a rumor that someone said Batman actually might be Bruce Wayne.
Oh really?
No way.
Yeah,
I told them online, maybe not the same.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy. It looks like some people are joining. We got 6 people in the chat right now. People are joining slowly.
Less creepy. You're welcome, and I was like, wow, that's too creepy. Yeah, because you're like, welcome. I'm going to drink your blood later. I feel like you may have ad-libbed some lines there.
I'm in the waiting room. You should be.
Oh, he's out in the waiting room? Okay, I totally forgot about that. Let me... No, Alfie's not allowed. Here it is.
let's just leave him there.
Yeah, we don't really. I mean, really, what does it actually do? I mean, I'm being honest, you know. So don't say anything. He's here. We don't really tell him.
Yeah, who cares about Alfie, right? Doesn't matter. We're here.
Yeah.
Wow. If you decided to show up.
Who is that? Who's that random stranger?
Afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
All right.
Hello, Anne. Good to see you.
I'm gonna be late.
As always. Gotta be fashionably late.
All right, looks like we have everyone
He doesn't
here.
even answer our calls anymore.
Yeah, no, just too Anne, have you heard about Josh's superpower?
No, what is it?
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's his superpower to always call at the most inconvenient time. And it's getting so bad that it's rubbing off on me.
No.
It's always an inconvenient side for him. There's nothing we can do about it.
Me and Alfie called each other like every week without fail. But the last like 3 or 4 weeks, we've just missed each other completely. Every time I call him, he's busy. And every time he calls me, it's like the worst possible. I'm Alfie, man.
Look, Ben, we are starting to get busy again, which is nice, but also hard to
There's
do.
pros and cons.
They say that, oh, there's a cat. Hello, cat.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Yeah.
What's the cat's name? The cat is the star of the show now.
Oh yeah, no, he will come and sit.
He actually runs the show for like everything that we make.
He's the perfect mascot.
He does.
Okay, I guess we should get started if everyone's here. So first, is everyone doing okay? How's your day going? It's afternoon where you are, and it's morning in America. So what'd y'all do today?
I got it.
It is rainy where we are right now. Classic.
It's horrible.
Oh, it's hot here. It's like we're scorching. We are dying over here. It's so hot. We need more rain, honestly. Okay, let's start off. So we got at least 60 people in the chat right now. So everyone's here. Why don't we start off with who everyone is? Because not everyone knows other than who Alfie is. We want to know what SubAlley is. We gotta, Alfie's okay. He's all right, I think. But everyone else should get a little bit of the 15 minutes. So let's start off. Let's start off going down the line on my Zoom screen. So Josh, what do you do?
What do I do? So basically, I joined SubAlley back in April 2023 now. Before that, I worked freelance with you guys. So my first project was actually Tractor Run, funny enough, which obviously just came out. And that was, we filmed that way back in 2020. So I've been working with you guys now for about 4 years. And in that time, I made The Postman and Emot. So my films always contribute towards the list of films that we release, whether I'm writing, directing, or editing, or making a really nice cameo in Elliot's movies, usually where I get shot. And then after we did Emot, I came on properly full time. We started to, we did the crowdfunding campaign. We made the first proper episode, which I'm proud to announce that it's just finished. With post production literally the other day, and and I helped run the marketing as well and the all the social medias. And,
I think you might be saying so short. Josh is the man who runs our social media and our marketing. He's more than that, but he's not helping. He is the guy. So yeah, don't sell yourself short. You are the guy.
So whenever you see any late posts showing up at like 3 a.m, that's me. That's my fault.
Or when you put a video and it's so pixely you can't make head from tail. That's
And I'll take out and go, I posted the wrong potato cut version. I need you to reshoot it or send me the actual good quality version.
Someone in chat is calling Josh the literal icon. He is the guy. So they agree.
I'll take that title.
Ego boost there.
From now on, that's my official role. I'm the official icon. Like
He's the guy. Okay, well, who's next? Whoever wants to introduce himself next.
Who's next in your line?
It's y'all, actually.
Shall we go first? No, you go first. You know what you do.
Yeah, what do? I don't know. So I'm Matt. Hello, I'm probably a newer face in the team.
Hi, Matt.
Hello, guys.
How are you doing, Matt?
Nice to see you all. So I'm probably the newest addition. And don't touch me.
Is he the baby? Matt's the baby.
Newest addition to this wonderful crew. I believe I joined in roundabouts again, like early spring of 2023, just on as an extra hand on one of the sets. And then I've now become essentially their technical director. So a lot of the equipment that kind of goes through me. I manage that sort of all out. And I've now moved on to basically being one of their key cinematographers. So a lot of stuff that is filmed, a lot more behind the lens, making sure that everything looks good. Additionally, I work in audio quite a bit. So I've been working on some soundtrack stuff. So some of the things for Track to Run and some of the things for Emot, potentially when you get a chance to see that when it eventually gets released under Josh's wings. Good plug. So yeah, as well, essentially a lot of the equipment side of things is kind of my ballpark, and audio as well, soundtrack and sound design.
Yeah, you make good music.
There you go.
You do music good.
He makes
So I'm Elliot Woods. I'm the founder of SubAlley Productions. I say that I'm actually technically the co-founder. And me and my wife set up SubAlley Productions 5 years ago, just because we needed a name. And then it's kind of blossomed into where we're at, where we've got a team and all that kind of stuff. I don't really know what I do. I just sort of oversee projects and kind of just general kind of make sure that the production company's heading in the right direction, which it always is, because all these guys know exactly what they're doing, and they're always at the best of their abilities. But yeah, that's me. I think it just says founder under my name. I just sit in the back and kind of in a rocking chair and just watch them a distance. Yeah, that's it.
It's like the dad.
Our aim is to make Elliot and Dan comfortable in their old age.
yeah.
That is true. We need to bring in the young bloods.
That's our hopes.
The young blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone could be me my right pills.
Yeah, we're not interested in Photoshop again.
When we mix Dan's pills up, it gets bad.
You always need your drugs.
Oh yeah.
All right, next up. So, what do you do with or without your drugs?
I work better without them, I think. I'm basically supervising editor, post-produce, weird job titles, but I edit a lot of the stuff that we put out, or kind of check whatever we're putting out, make sure that it's like up to the quality that we want to do. So I edited Track to Run and did the sound design, sound mixing, color grading, visual effects. Helped out a little bit on set as well, I think. And then I'm kind of DP / co-director for our upcoming feature, Roast Pork, with Elliot. That's been fun. So yeah, that's basically it. I check everyone else's work and make sure we're doing a good job.
I would also like to add here, out of all of us, except for Alfie, Dan is the only one who has legitimately worked on big budget films, which I don't think we're allowed to talk about, but he has. So he is pretty much our go-to when it comes to, is this right? Is this how the industry works? Because we're kind of making it up as we go, and he's normally our voice. He's our Gandalf. He's our Gandalf. He's crazy. But anyone who has, he's the Gandalf. He's the old man we go to when we don't know what's going on or wise old man.
It's actually fake. I have to attach it while I'm working so that they actually believe what I'm saying.
I knew it. I knew it.
The chat is saying that you guys sound like you have a dream job. Thank you, Elliot, for everything you do. Thank you, Daniel. Thanks, Josh. Thanks all of you guys for everything you do. I know you guys can't see the chat, so I'm trying to look and read out whatever I can. But everyone, I mean, we only have 19 people in the screen, but there's over 2,000 likes, and everyone's really excited that you guys are here. They're also excited for Emont. So that's good.
I would actually like to say, that's actually really sweet, but because we actually, this is actually our dream job, but at the moment, this is more for us like a very, very serious hobby. That is kind of our plan, that we'd love to be able to have SubAlley Productions, an actual company out there making big budget films, but this is just early stepping stones, because one of the things I think we've all learned is we've all gone insane from having full-time jobs and then doing this as well.
We just want to
it's
say
thanks to your fans are the reason why we're actually in that position where we can actually fund bigger projects. So, thank you.
It's your interactions and your comments, your likes, the memes, the counts that you guys have made. It really helps us and encourages us to make more and be able to do this and prioritize this more and more in our day-to-day lives, no matter how busy we are. And at the end of the day, when we get home, that's always what we want to do, is focus on this. And eventually, hopefully, only focus on this.
Oh,
Can I ask really quickly? How have we got 19 people in 2009? Are people just going?
yes, that's exactly how TikTok works.
Suddenly one, like that.
I'll be honest with you,
I'm doing some work
I'm
behind the
a
scenes.
really big fan, that she's
That's
going.
that's exactly how it works. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Everyone's just so excited. They're like, SubAlley is online. Yeah, and of course, the more likes they add to this live, the more likely other random people on TikTok are going to find us, and then they'll start learning about SubAlley. So, like, the more likes, the more shares. They're trying to spread the word about SubAlley, essentially. So if SubAlley on TikTok itself goes live more often, then you guys might actually get more followers and more people noticing you. So that's a tip for Josh.
Yeah, and don't worry, Josh. We're going to get the most. We're going to get the most experienced person when it comes to computers on this. Alfie, I think you're going to take this one over. You are amazing.
No, honestly, okay. I don't know anything about laptops or computers.
That's terrible. That's terrible. I just realized we were all talking. We never got to introduce Mr. Alfie himself for the newbies.
That doesn't matter. We don't need to know.
He's a fashion fan. He's not going to make
He'll figure it out. He'll figure it out.
Oh, there's a cute little picture down here of a man leaving through a red door. What if I click it?
Okay, so
We actually have 2,000 views.
we got 4.1 thousand likes, 27 people in the screen. So we're doing good. So I'm looking at this picture that you guys actually sent me, your phase 1 of SubAlley, which we know you got the Postman, you got the first emote, and you just put out Tractor Run. So I purposely haven't watched it yet because I didn't want to spoil on live on accident. So I'll watch it later. But why don't you explain to the chat what Tractor Run is about, since it just came out and you guys are really excited to release it?
Yeah,
Would you like to take this one?
I was going to say, Dan, should we play a pop quiz and see if Matt can explain what Tractor Run is?
I, for one, would like to vote for that option.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dan, you
I
can tell
second
Matt that he's wrong.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Have we got time to do that?
We might be.
Tractor Run was something that was like nearing its post production when I joined. So essentially,
I never was there like on set for any of the filming. I just kind of was like, hey, can you do a couple of music here and there? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I did read the script.
You did the entire soundtrack.
Not
And he did a couple of tracks. The most of the soundtrack was by Alfonso, the guy that did Piggies, and then he got. I think he went to work on Jurassic World or something like that. So we had to find someone else, and we
much smaller.
something drunk and
Yeah,
like,
Jurassic
what was
World,
going to do.
We let him go.
We don't want to be associated with dinosaur people.
No. Especially
This is the modern age.
still actually believe in dinosaurs. Come on. Do a real film like Jurassic Park. Come on.
Yeah.
So I think Tractor Run. Well, it starts off where the character and he's living in a cupboard under the stairs with his mean aunt monk. Oh no! Oh shit!
What's that? Maybe you should explain it because I think Matt's taking some of your pills.
Sure. So Tractor Run is about a freelance drug smuggler who joins like the kind of crime world of the West Midlands in the UK. I think that's my understanding of it. You wrote it.
I think it was inspired by how Dan actually gets his real drugs in real life.
Yeah.
So
Actually, a documentary.
yeah, Dan was our like in-world advisor, you know.
Yeah.
He is the real Benedict.
So it's basically about a guy's like first day on the job as a drug smuggler and learning about all of the kind of grey morality that comes with that of dropping off, well-meaning meth heads and then maybe killing off other people that haven't paid up their money, that sort of thing. So it's kind of a crime buddy comedy something. Elliot, help.
Yeah, we kind of came up with the idea partly because Alfie was quite new to the company at that point. I don't think actually he had joined at that point, but the idea Alfie wanted to get into like doing choreography. So we kind of wrote Tractor Run as a short to kind of basically just see how you worked, Alfie, to see how I worked, and Dan worked as co-director. Obviously, I had Josh come on board as well for that because we wanted to make a feature film. So that was kind of like a test run. But the basic premise was West Midlands is the most middle to upper class area in the UK. So, very posh. And we thought, wouldn't it be really funny if we did like a Breaking Bad kind of spaghetti western, American like cop show, but in the most middle class part of the UK. And that's kind of that's realistically where the idea came from. Annoyingly, very, very similar to the TV show The Gentleman on Netflix, which we all kind of kicked ourselves when we watched it and realised, oh crap, this is basically our premise. We all kind of kicked ourselves when we watched it and realised, oh crap, this is basically our premise. That was kind of the idea. It's pretty much just a day in the life of henchman number 5 that you see in the back of a cop movie, who you never get named. It gone down to 30 seconds. We're like, what's that guy's story? And then all the shenanigans that go with dropping off meth dealers to their locations ensues. Partly why it's called Tractor Run because it's set on a farm, and the main characters are basically the tractor because they are taking the farmer to and from where they need to get to. So they're just glorified taxi drivers with guns. Yeah, that was kind of the idea. We always like to do things that are a bit not normal. I think not normal sounds better than weird, but it is just everything's just not normal.
unusual. There's another word.
Yeah, not
Weird is a good word.
Yeah, that makes sense to our real life as well.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out that you guys are the ones who made Tractor Run, and you seem to be the most confused about what it's about.
Yeah. Film for the people. Go make your own movie. Yeah, I mean, it's open to interpretation. It's all very abstract.
I've seen the scripts, to be honest with you. Like,
That's true. That's true.
I'm amazed
we did because at the time when we filmed it, we also had Alfie playing one of the lead roles, and our actor Nicholas Benjamin, who's worked on loads of projects with us. Alfie and Nick, when you get in the room, something magical happens, and it's called the script changes, and I go away and kill myself because I found so the film really, it's still fun. I still love the movie, but it really ended up as Nick and Alfie saying, "This is a really good line. What happens if we said this?" And then me going, "Yeah, that's so much better than what I wrote. I hate that." And that's kind of the film really just evolved from there, of just Alfie and Nick riffing of one another.
basically, the role as writer is obsolete. If Nick and Alfred are involved, there's not even a point of Elliot writing anything. We just kind of bullet point the films from now on.
Yeah.
And just let them go with it.
Sometimes I just send Alfie 3 words and he'll be like, "Yeah, I know the script, got it." That's just how it works.
He just has two ways to punch or flip over.
Yeah.
You should make a movie of nothing, just interpretation. Just Alfie walk into a room, tell him what this plot is, and he'll just figure it out. Like, all right, I got it. Let's figure it.
It's you know what you say that Piggies was supposed to be a horror film, but again with Nick and Alfie, it became a comedy, and we actually won awards for best comedy, which it's a double-edged sword for me because I wrote it as a horror, and it's now winning awards for the comedy, so I don't know how to feel about that. But do you know what? I'm going to take the positives, and yeah.
A win is a win.
Something clicks and it always works.
Right. A win is a win.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, I see on... So which one? I see on phase 1, winter of 2024, Don't Hang Up. So that's the first I've heard of that. What is Don't Hang Up?
Elliot? Don't Hang Up. I'm not going to let you take this one. Go for you. So Don't Hang Up was a project that we worked on over the last couple of months. And it's actually an initiative that myself and Dan and Josh were sort of looking at starting where we're very busy working on our feature films. So we wanted to open up an opportunity for filmmakers that we've worked with or even people we've worked with, not necessarily in filmmaking roles, to pitch projects. And we will try and help and support them to get funding. So Don't Hang Up was the test run. We got in two filmmakers that have done work with us, like production assistants called Naki and Natasha Smith, and they pitched this idea for a horror film called Don't Hang Up. They pitched the idea for the budget, shot list, everything, all done. And we looked through it and went, Joel, we love this idea. We want to help fund it. We're going to help you find your cast. We're going to help you find your crew. And they're currently going off to university yesterday. So they're obviously a bit younger, so we can kind of guide them through that journey of making their film. And myself and Matt and Dan have been working on it as a crew. Alfie stepped in to do a bit of the choreography stuff. Josh is going to be working with them to kind of look at the marketing and film festivals as well. So it's a test run for an idea we want to have. All of us haven't been filmmakers. It sucks because you don't know what you're doing when you first start out. We really want to find a way of trying to open this up to other people who have got film script but don't have the funding or can't have the crew, and we can try and support them. So this is just a test run. It's quite a creepy horror film. It's a premise that's been done quite a lot around people getting phone calls and not quite knowing who's calling them, but with a very, very unusual twist that I had to admit the first time I read it, I went, yeah, I don't care if the rest of the script's bad. This scene is amazing. Let's make this. And then from there, we've just helped them kind of improve the project. So it's currently gone into a term which I learned from Dan called Picture Lock as of today. So we just basically through the last digital draft, and now Matt is currently working on the soundtrack for as well. So hopefully that's going to come out. Josh, tell me if I'm wrong here, but we're looking maybe
February.
February.
March.
Okay.
February, March.
So early next year. But what's the benefit for us bringing this on as well is for everyone else, they get more frequent content. So it's not just another year or so wait for the next project and another year. And it's more, we'll have hopefully a couple of films coming out every year now.
Good. That'll be exciting. The chat is excited for that. They're saying you should make a movie about Alfie's morning routine, eating cereal. And,
I don't even be allowed to do so many stunts.
And then one says they're interested in the cast.
Cereal and doing actors at the same time. It's just not too. It's just too many.
Too many things. Too much.
We have the morning routine.
We got worm
We have
feet.
the morning That's a good segue, actually.
Let's see. They want to know about the cats. So Alfie's cat and the black cat earlier, and they're all looking forward to seeing what you guys all come up with in the future. So everyone's really excited. That's a good sign. And I totally forgot to mention. So one of the topics about today is what you guys have been doing with the support since your last live. So you guys had a budget for EMOT. You reached it, which was really cool. So could you go into detail about how that support helped you guys film?
Specifically with EMOT.
Yeah, so do you want to talk about EMOT, Josh? And then if it's right, I can talk about generally what the plans are for the future. But Josh, what's EMOT time be?
For one, we made this, which lives next to my bedroom.
I've seen pictures of that. I haven't seen a video. That looks eerily real.
So this is actually Alfie's arm. So it's down Alfie's arm, and then we left the rest to the budget.
That's
So
crazy.
that weirdly stays above my shelf now, just there.
Well, that's not creepy at all. That's totally normal.
No, it's the first thing I see when I wake up. But the budget, in terms of how the crowdfunding worked, we raised about £2,000, which was incredible, and that was our budget goal. And then, because of my crazy ideas, as Alfie put it, we ended up having an executive producer come on board and help fund the rest of the project. And because of this, it means we got to actually put it towards the set. So I think something I really am proud about with EMOT is, compared to the poster, which was my last film, it was, filming down the roads, the set design, set dressing really was quite cheap and whatever I really had on the day and prepared like a week before. Whereas with EMOT, we had time to actually build the sets. You'll see, obviously, it's taking place in the year 2070, so it can't just be filmed down the road. So we exterior stuff, and this alleyway scene. We managed to build props and like little bits of like junk and metal and sci-fi stuff all the way around that. In my apartment, because I was at university at the same time, I used EMOT as my graduate project to submit and finish uni. But my apartment that I was staying at in Bournemouth, we actually turned it and transformed it into a sci-fi set with like massive panels and lights and just all that kind of fun stuff. So all the money that was donated could go towards stuff like that. We've also just submitted festivals, which also the investor that we now have has helped out with, and they'll be updating the Instagram and everyone on that journey and hearing about what we get selected for, if fingers crossed, and just that whole journey there.
Yeah, it's been really fun. So Matthew here works as the DOP, well, I guess DOP with me, and also cinematographer. It's the first project I've actually ever worked on that I haven't written myself. So it was such a treat to see Josh. I was thinking as if you're the third person. It's weird, like I'm telling you a love letter. It was so exciting to see. Oh, that thunder was mental, wasn't it? It was just so exciting to see to work as a producer and not be a writer, and also kind of just to see Josh in his element. Because obviously from our perspective, obviously Josh is a bit younger than me and Dan and Matt. We're old men now.
I'm older than Alfie.
It was nice to see Josh go from assistant director on like our other projects to directing his own one as well. So close to my heart.
With the project itself, for me, what was great is me and Eddie actually got to start a project early on, like with Tractor Run, for example. I hopped on that project as the production was going around. I wasn't there for the pre-production. And Roast Forward, again, I was way more involved with the production side than the pre-production more early on. So it was nice for me and Eddie to kind of have that relationship straight away. And also to get to know Matt really, really well. Obviously, I've met him on Roast Forward. But Matt has done the music, the cinematography, and just basically helped out on multiple stages, way beyond his job role. And there's a piece of music at the start I think Matt's doing could be very excited for people to hear. With his lovely singing voice. It's it's now the opening of EMOT, so really excited to share that with everyone.
Yeah, he's also one of the only cinematographers I've worked in who can walk into a room, sniff the air, and know where the lighting has to go. I've never seen anyone like it. This man's never done filming before until he met us. It's so unfair. He's so good with a camera and lighting. It actually is upsetting. I spent 3 years getting a degree. You can just walk into a room and go, that's the lighting setup. It's amazing. It really annoys me.
That's good to have such a talent that you didn't even know you had, though. So it comes up totally random, and I'm glad you found a passion, which is really good. You all seem really passionate about what you do, which is great for indie film, because the point of an indie film is that people like you who are just, friends with a really hard set hobby, you can actually create something really beautiful and either funny, scary, emotional, and it's just a lot of hard work. It's just amazing. And you guys are doing really good so far. I know you feel really small, but you have a following. People are really excited to see what you're doing. And we're just excited to see what you guys are going to put out.
Appreciate that. We've actually got the chat open, and one of the messages that really caught our attention is asked us why is it called SubAlley.
Oh yeah.
Which I think it's so it's the reason why it's called SubAlley, and this was a long time ago. Sorry, my cat.
Oh, cat.
Come and say hello.
Cat is welcome.
It's a game called Spyfall, and in the game, everyone has a random location. Everyone has a location. One person's a spy, and the spy's got to work out where you are. The other people work out where the spy is. The only reason this happened because a very drunk friend of ours, who's now our sound operator called Phil. Hi, Phil, if you're out there, by the way. We were playing the game. Our location was a submarine, and someone started talking about going out for a smoke, and that was their clue. And then out of the blue, Phil, absolutely drunk off his head, went, yeah, because there's I hate when you have loads of alleyways on submarines. And that's literally, we were so drunk, we had thought sub-alley. Imagine a submarine parked in an alleyway. And that is literally where the name came from. And that one we just found it so amusing. So for the rest of the evening, we kept talking about going out to have a smoke on a submarine in those damn alleyways.
I didn't even know that. I've always just kind of said, oh, a submarine's really out of place in the alleyway. Just like us, we're just really out of place. That's a much better story.
You know, actually, I've changed my name. Josh's story makes me a professional. Josh, it sounds more professional. It's the truth. So that's actually where the name came from. Just, yeah, Phil, our sound operator, you'll never see him, you only hear what he does. The reason they call SubAlley.
That's crazy. Everything I hear about SubAlley just seems like you guys had a dream and decided to make it a reality.
Yeah. You just don't like being bored.
That too. Just wake up one day. This sounds interesting. Let's make it happen.
That's how we approach all of our films as well. So that would be funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Later, Elliot has 100-page script.
So I'm looking at the phase one. I'm looking at the phase one picture, and so I'm seeing names we talked about last time: Big T, roast pork, Emot 2, worm food. So, in your opinions, what do you guys personally are more excited about with the projects coming up?
For me, I'm excited to release roast pork.
Yeah, I think I mean I'm biased because I wrote and I'm co-directing it with Dan here, but I do think possibly I think roast pork is our first ever feature. So I do think, and that's so Dan's co-director and editor. I'm director, writer, and producer. Matt's cinematographer. Josh is assistant director and also second year director. So some of the scenes you will see have been directed by Josh. Alfie, stunt coordinator and playing 17 people in the doing stunts presumably.
We promise there are other records out.
We all personally like our own project, but I do think that one's going to be special because that's going to probably be the one that kind of decides is this going to put us on the map or are we going to go back to the drawing board because it is our first feature and we've been working on it for 3 years. I used to be hot, now I'm fat. When we started this film.
What do you mean?
Don't say that. You never use hot dog.
Yeah,
As soon as you got married, I never wanted him more.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, good. We got engaged on one of the film set days as well. It's been roast pork's been
That was insane.
yeah roast pork's been really special because that has been like 3 years together.
That was such a special day. Can you tell that story when you proposed?
And we talked about how Cam missed it.
Yeah. Okay, we've got time. I'll do the quick version. So my wife's our producer for SubAlley. She actually, technically, I think she owns more percentage of the company than I do. So she's not here. It's fine. I told everyone I was going to propose to her. So we were filming down in a barn in the middle of nowhere, and there wasn't really anywhere to stay. So we all got tents. We made a massive bonfire. At one point, there was a small paddling pool. We were all very drunk the night before because you do like 12 hours filming straight. In the evening, we all party. It was honestly like a mini music festival. Someone had a guitar. It was really good fun. But I said to everyone, I'm going to propose to Annie. So I deliberately pretended to be really drunk and really annoyed her during the evening. So when it came to the next morning, I really annoyed her to the point where at one point I got in to hug her and she said, "Don't touch me." She was so angry. We were doing this. I should have said we were doing this on my grandparents' farm, so they were there as well. And then basically we all gathered around for dinner. She didn't gather around for breakfast. She didn't want to be there. So I just said my bit, did a speech, and then said, will you marry me? Everyone went, "Oh," and then her reaction was, "Is this a joke?" and then she started crying. But yeah, I always said to her, "I will propose to you at work." I just didn't say to her which job. But yeah, that was So I say roast pork for all of us. I'm sure for all of us, it has meant a lot because we've just been through everything on that set. I think for me, again, slightly to hark back to Josh. It was his first. It was his first. It was. I mean, I have never handed over the reins to direct a scene before to anyone except Dan, and we did that with Josh, and he smashed it out of the park. You know, Alfie doing stunt choreography for a feature film. I mean, we've got a person falling off like a two-story like balcony. You know, it's
Jeez.
one-story balcony. It's some really intense stuff. Dan Hayes, that's a really emotional thing for me. And then he brought Matt on to do sound, and then he ended up becoming our camera op. And yeah, it's and you know, bearing in mind this man's never done camera op before ever, it's just been such an emotional roller coaster making that film. I definitely cried because I thought my wife was going to not say yes. But yeah, no, it's yeah. I think roast pork is going to be a big one for all of us because that's just been that's been a big one. Partly why as well, you know, having Josh and Alfie and Matt on board now means me and Dan, we're focusing on the feature film. These guys are running the show, running all this other stuff, and helping create SubAlley what it is now as well. Yeah.
So that seems really emotional. That's a lot at once.
It's going to get quite emotional in the theatre when we finally get to see that come together, because it has just been years of strain and heartache and some amazing stories.
Yeah. Like milk and bread. You know, we got.
I'm really thirsty. I can't handle that right now.
But no, we are hopefully as well with roast pork. Like I said, that's going to be a really big one for us. It's been talked about. I can't confirm, but there might be an opportunity where we would love to possibly meet some of our fans. So if we can organise a way to do a cinema sit-in where we can go watch it with all the fans, we are going to try and organise that because this has been so fun for us to make, and we'd love to share it with all of you guys. As most of you guys probably.
Oh no! If you let's try and do this again. Hang on, they're in the middle of talking. Oh no! Can you guys hear me? Zoom call. Whoops. Hold on. Hang on a second. Oh, you can hear me. Good. Okay, we're trying to. So the trick with Zoom is that you can leave and then try again. But let's give this a shot. I think I have to leave, and then try again. Let's try ending. End meeting for all. Okay, let's try this again. Come on, Zoom. Let's get together. Let's get it together here. Okay. I'm sorry. The thing with Zoom is that if it's free, they limit you. Hang on. Let me message Josh. Josh. Zoom kicked us off. All right. I think they're coming back. Well, while we're waiting for them to come back. Oh, thank you. It's a really old picture. It's before I got married and before I had a kid, so I feel like I'm a lot prettier in that picture. Let's see. I told them to rejoin. Let's try. You can use the same link, just exit and come back. We shall join the old. Okay. And that should work. I think I have to. Do I have to add them in? Oh my gosh. I'm so mad at Zoom. I don't like Zoom. Boo, Zoom. Let's try this again. What is up with Zoom? Why are you doing this? Okay. Participants, here we go. Let us admit all. Here we go. We're here. Back in place. Hello. Can everyone hear?
We live.
Zoom kicked us off. Oh, stupid Zoom. Okay. I'm gonna leave my picture here because I'm not the star of the show. You guys are, but everyone is still here. They waited for you to come back. No one left.
except for Alfie.
I'm still here.
Alfie took a break.
He's vanished.
Is Alfie doing like a
He's like, oh, this is my moment.
My guardian Leviosa.
There he is. I think in this case it'd be Accio,
I
actually.
think you should have joined me on the bit. When we left, I put everyone aside in the group chat. No one else did.
And I thought you were just being silly. I didn't realise you wanted us all to hide.
Yeah.
This is why you're not a director. We just like
This is why you're not allowed to do anything after the stunts.
Okay, so we were saying before Zoom rudely interrupted us. There was an engagement, there was a marriage, and then Rose Pork is going to be really emotional for you guys to release. Could you remind us, when do you plan to release Rose Pork?
I will say at a time, and Dan will tell me why I'm wrong.
That's the way we work.
We're hoping if we're currently trying to sort out funding to do the post production. Because at the moment, Dan is our only editor and mastering sound. If those two were left to do it by themselves, we're talking like 7 or 8 years. I mean, I will be in a wheelchair by that point. So we're hoping to get production. We've got some sources we're going to try and approach about trying to find some funding to help us with it. So hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, maybe a year, maybe like 2020.
I feel like it's one of our most ambitious projects that we've started. Like, we'll see what happens with the ones that we're currently in the pre-production phase, but there's a lot of visual effects that we're planning to do. There's a lot of magical sounds that we're putting in. It's
easily our most ambitious project.
Yeah.
And and for a feature film with how much time we have, it's like, yes, we've been in production for like 3 years, and that sounds awful, but it's been incredible. And the amount of days I've spent in it, considering we can all work weekends, whereas if this is our full-time job, they'd be able to do it in, like, say, 2-3 months, feature film centre filming. Whereas it's been spread out on weekends for over the last 3 years. So really, we've done like 40 days.
Yeah, I think my wife knows the exact number. I think because we basically did 1 weekend a month, maybe 2, if we can find the budget. So I think she worked out it was like 74 days we've done, which is actually realistically like two and a bit months technically.
Yeah.
But it's taken us 3 years because we have self-funded the whole thing. Because a lot of our actors really loved the project, they were so passionate about it. They were lovingly willing to say, look, don't pay us, just cover our expenses. So again, we're willing to work around their timetables because they need to obviously have paid work as well. It's just been, I think that's why as well, it is such an emotional project because everyone who's been on board for this has literally done this for free because they were like, we love the idea, we love you guys, we want to make this, which we would never be able to make this if we were actually paying people to do this and we were doing it properly. Which but luckily we didn't have to do that, and it's been brilliant. But hopefully 2026,
maybe I hope so.
I was going to say 2025, so I'm glad you guys spoke.
I mean, gosh, I want 2025. It's old man Dan here who is going to be the voice of reason.
We're going to go back 2025. I told you, God dang it.
Here, Dan's off his pills again.
That's what happens when he gets off his pills. No, he's getting the pills.
He goes to America and starts telling us on the dates.
We're hoping to wrap production by early next year, I think, right?
Yeah.
So, like a couple of scenes
January.
Yeah, we've got So the last couple of scenes we've got to do is the very last scene and a couple of nighttime shoots, which for Nicholas Benjamin, who played the lead actor in the film, that shoot day is going to be so horrible because it's going to be his last day on set. It's going to be so emotional. I am dreading that. I think I'm hopefully all you guys will join us for that day. So I think that's going to be tough. It's going to be so tough.
I can't wait to see him cry like a little girl.
Oh,
that's going to be a really hard day to say because I mean Nick is, we have a lot of actors, but Nick is in every single scene. Like we have been. I think I probably know him better than I might know my parents at this point. I genuinely think it's going to be so hard to almost like say goodbye to him for this project because we've been doing it so long. Yeah. So in January there might just be videos of me crying.
No.
Told me a couple of times in Wage
That'll be the poster
about
today.
like working with this sort on this for like so long. His character has grey hair. In real life, he has started to grey. That's how long we've been in this. I think it's not to do with us at all. But
I think it is.
yeah, it might be. Yeah, but he's
The last half hour of the movie, there's no prosthetics, there's no wig, there's no fat suit, it's all just natural. Like, he
I have to say-
right into the role.
I have to say as well, one of the things I think is a weird little anecdote about the film that really got us. There's a fight scene we filmed in a kitchen, and for all that time, Nick's always had sleeves on. But for that particular scene, he's in a vest. And I remember at the time, when we filmed it, everyone went like, "Damn, that man's like ripped. Like he is big." Like we've been working for so long, we've been like, yeah, he's in shape. He's like stocky in shape. But that scene in particular, we were like, Jesus. We had to go back and look at previous footage. We were like, has he gone to the gym? He's like huge. That guy's got fucking built. So we checked it. It is the same throughout. It's just a weird illusion because we were really worried about continuity. Like, did we just try and explain that he hit the gym for like a day and is now like really muscular? Which it is a concern because we've been filming for so long. Yeah, that was a massive worry that Nick's got built between shoots over 3 years.
yeah.
But yeah, that was another one of my favourite shoot days. That's gonna be.
Although I'm looking at the chat too, and I saw one of the comments talked about Letterboxd, and that they can't wait to review our films on Letterboxd. I was going to say, Tractor Run is actually on Letterboxd.
Is it?
Yeah, well, we didn't put it there. It was one of like someone who follows Nick's work put it on Letterboxd for him.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I think
it's got an IMDb thing, so it can be expanded for Letterboxd.
it has IMDb, but it's on Letterboxd as well. I mean, Steve found it like a year ago. It was before it's even been released. But it's like a year.
Already on there.
And so me and Steve did our like 5-star reviews of it back like a year ago.
That's
So
it. Generous 5 stars, Josh.
It's a perfect film right now on Letterboxd. yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, we
It's
should
not
probably
like much
watch
to
5 stars by Josh and Steve. Josh's review is just bloody perfect. Only seen the rough cut, but whoever was on sound did a great job. Steve,
I've seen someone in the chat here.
spoiler.
So the chat's asking, so what do you guys usually do other than acting and making videos? Which is a great question because you mentioned earlier you all work full-time jobs. Like the SubAlley is great. It's a lot of production, it's a lot of money, but it's amazing. It's just your hobby. And so you guys have full-time jobs, you have other lives. What do you guys like to do outside of SubAlley?
I'm not at liberty to answer that question and name incriminating.
It's like asking, what do you do for fun? And then you're like, I don't do anything for fun.
Yeah, I think you guys go first because me and Matt have the same hobby, so we'll just do ours together. you guys want to go first?
I mean, I'm just. Go on, you do it.
No.
No, please, please.
Oh my god. Okay. How about I choose who goes first and go down the line? Okay, so Josh, you're gonna go first.
Honestly, the only thing it's not really like something I did for fun, but the most recent, I'd say, life thing that I've been busy with has obviously been university. I've literally just finished my graduation is in like a month's time, and had some EMOT was part of that graduation, which I'm very happy to say that I got a first on that, which was really really good. And yeah, really excited to graduate. So I've been living in Bournemouth for the last 3 years, and Alfie's basically done uni like unofficially. Am I allowed? Is it legal for me to say, Alfie, that you technically went?
It's okay for Alfie to have an education, Josh. That is allowed.
Actually, after the incident, I'm not allowed.
Who you not say? Alfie actually snuck into one of my lectures back in my first year. So he was like unofficially doing uni. And, like, he answered questions and everything. Because no one else knew the answers.
We've been out drinking the night before, and I think I promised Josh that I would sneak into his lecture the next day. And I found a video on my phone the next morning. I couldn't remember a thing, but it said Alfie, you can't be a worse. You've got to go into this. It's me talking to my future self. I was like, man, I guess I have to. I hid at the back with us and it was brilliant.
But Alfie, by the way, just didn't live close to Bournemouth. It was like a, what, 2.5, 3 hour drive for you?
I'd come down for weekends and just stay with the guys and hang out.
Every 3 weeks, once a month, once every other month, without fail, Alfie would always just come down and do uni, like, unofficially, with us. So that's been really nice.
Yeah, that's all done now.
It's over now.
Okay.
So,
Well, Mr. Dan, what do you do for fun?
God, what do I do for fun anymore?
You tell me how I can't write short lists.
Oh yeah, no, I usually am just telling Elliot how to do his job better. When
On his
other than
books.
normal stuff, I'll play video games, I'll watch TV shows. I mean, what's the point of being in this industry if you're not also like engaging in the stuff that you're making, right? For my full-time job, I'm in content mastering, which is basically when a movie gets made, they'll then make like a French dubbed version or like a German subtitled version or like censor cuts. So I work in the department that will make those different packages that will go to cinemas like across the world, basically. But leaves me a lot of free time to then look for freelance gigs on the side or to prep whatever we're doing at SubAlley, basically.
That's
And
really
then
cool.
double syndicates, because I'm a nerd. That's my life now.
You make it sound boring, but whatever you do, that's actually a really big deal. People depend on those in other countries, and that takes time. That takes time and effort. So good on you. I don't want you to feel like that's nothing. That's actually really impressive, Dan. Thank you.
it's amazing. You have to learn 12 different languages. It's incredible.
Yeah.
We all think he has the coolest job ever. He just doesn't understand that. But we think
He thinks it's nothing. They don't know,
I
Biggie.
can see some movies early, which is nice.
Okay, and Mr. Matt and Elliot. So what do you guys do as a hobby together?
So Matt is a professional glass blower teacher. That is his job. I teach people how to put stones in alpha courses too. No,
Mine through his teeth.
Yeah, we're actually both film teachers at the same college. That's actually how we met. Yeah, we both teach film and media because that's the only thing we can do, I guess, except for music.
I studied music, that's what my degree was on, and then somehow now I'm teaching film. I don't know. 1 + 1 has not added up somewhere along the line.
I convinced him. I said it's more money. You work less hours. He went sold, and then he's in film with me. And I guess the reason why I said we do us together is because our hobby is we love the plastic.
We love Warhammer and modelling. Same stuff Henry Cavill loves to play.
Oh yeah.
You build it, you paint it, you play imaginary games with it.
Yeah.
They actually play with Henry Cavill.
Don't joke about that because that one day that will happen, and I am going to be so happy.
He was so lucky to get up.
I will lose to Henry Cavill, and I will love every second.
He's such a big nerd. It might happen one day. You never know.
Well, do you know what? It really annoyed us because he recently went to Warhammer World, which is where they make all the products, and it was like the week before we were going.
Yeah, we were there like a week before.
We could have been in the same vicinity.
In the museum, just hanging out, just saying hello to people, and we didn't book that week.
Man, timing. One day. And last but not least,
I think the hobby of all of ours is we love watching really horrific bad movies from the 1980s. That is something we are all.
Yeah, bad movie nights.
Yeah. We many a film day on Roast Pork, we had to stay at a location. We've all gone should we watch some horrifically bad movie and have a laugh? By the way, if anyone's interested, there's a movie called Turtles Dreams on YouTube. It's harrowingly boring. I recommend it. It's so good. If you watch it, you love it. See how long it takes before they say, "Can we turn this off now?" It is something special.
But if you don't watch it all the way to the end, you miss the really good bit. So you have to watch it all the way to the end.
If you've seen the previous scenes, you have to sit through it.
You have to sit through it all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a big inspiration point for us.
Okay. I'll look into that then. What was it called again?
It's called Turtles Dream.
Turtles Dream.
Film on YouTube, and it's so dull. when something happens, like someone steps left to right and goes right to left, it's like the craziest thing ever. You get so bored. It's bizarre. It's so bizarre.
It's just.
I saw this really bad movie recently called Action, and it's basically so bad you still hear the director say like action in cuts, and like the audio they like mic up like one person, the rest of them like same position that you need to hear.
Did we make?
Yeah, I think we made that.
Oh, Action! Oh, yeah. Well, that's phase 2 of the SubAlley slate.
Yeah.
Someone asked real quick, what's your favourite bad movie? For me, it's got to be American Rickshaw.
Oh,
If you've ever wanted to see a really buff dude wearing a tank top driving a rickshaw levitate an old woman in the first 30 seconds of the film, it's fantastic.
What the
Yeah,
heck?
American Rickshaw, again, it's on YouTube, but that is something special. A man turns into a pig, and I don't even know why.
Yeah.
That is something that is
Completely unexplained.
God, yeah, that film. That's like the room. It looks awful compared to that. That is a really weird film. Yeah, American Rickshaw. That's mine. I can't beat that one. Alfie's is probably Turtle Dreams. I think he's watched it like 3 times, and we stayed up late.
I've got it going here right now.
What about you, Dan? What's your bad movie?
What was the one where they're all trapped on the boat with the like cat that escaped?
I'm invited.
I mean, like,
Like a zombie cat virus.
No, it's a cat that throws up and another cat comes out of it and kills people.
A frozen
and the old guy inexplicably sounds like Troy McClure from The Simpsons.
I'm totally sure.
I'm invited.
It is literally, it's a genetically mutated cat that throws up a hairless cat.
Then
Like goes and kills
alien
people.
mouth comes out a larger mouth, but it's cats.
It's so, and it's clearly just, they just use the same meaning of a cat going,
That's literally how I got Kiki. She just jumped out of the
Just sounds like a fever dream.
It's like could be.
All these films are worse than Kiki.
I've watched those. That's just so good.
I was thinking about because I said I went to the Batman exhibit in London yesterday, and there was the Bat credit card from Batman and Robin, and he pulls. You remember when the real one from the movie that was wrong, and he pulls it out. And he's like, "Bat credit card, never leave the table about it."
I mean, that movie's so, yeah, that movie's. I thought, yeah, because the back card as well, does it say on like end date? Never.
yeah. They ride surfboards from a rocket in space.
No, they're not even surfboards, they're the doors from the spaceship.
I just thought that in his utility belt, he just had a surfboard that he managed to like get out of his belt.
No, because they're like, oh, this rocket's going to space, we'll just bust open the doors in the atmosphere and surf our way down. It's so dumb. Oh, that movie's fun.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'm looking.
That's a bad movie.
I got a chat question here. Do you have any advice for acting, specifically acting in action productions? Someone is inspired by SubAlley and they'd like to learn more.
I think Dan should answer this question.
Yeah, I think they want to also talk about Alfie, also plan about doing voiceover roles and stuff like that. If you could, that's the future.
I would say as a director, super quick, before Alfie probably gives us a better answer. Just know your lines. We've worked with a lot of actors where not knowing your lines, I think it probably slows down production more than anything we've ever had. And
to redo a take.
Yeah, just make sure you know your lines inside and out, because I think that is probably the biggest sin for crew. We've actually had a sound guy get so frustrated and walked off set because some people didn't know their lines, and it is, yeah, that'd be my as a director, that's the one thing I'm like, that's a problem. This slows it down, especially if Matt's there holding a really heavy camera for hours on end.
I gotta do like a moving shot.
Yeah, that would be me, but I imagine Alfie can probably give you much better advice for the actors.
Corpsing is fine though, but let's create on the blooper reel.
Yeah, corpsing is cool.
Yeah. I was
Especially
also going to
nowadays,
go on that
never do a touch.
with remembering your lines. If you know your lines, you can then workshop how to deliver them, as opposed to focusing on like trying to remember it. And as an editor, overlap is really useful. Like if you have to pick up a line, do the line before and do the line after, because you never know if that'll be useful. So
the animal with actual experience, Alfie, take it away.
I actually didn't really hear the full question.
They were just asking out,
what's your favourite bad movie?
Wait, hold on.
I think it's Lord of the Rings.
They asked the question: do you perm or blow dry your hair?
Oh, it's
Question. Sorry, was it just like advice for?
Question was advice for acting, specifically acting in action production, and also any ideas about keeping doing voiceover stuff, obviously referencing certain things not to be named.
For legal reasons.
What's that?
The Harry Potter voice acting role.
Do you remember that thing you were in?
Legacy.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know,
a
you're
distant
that made
bell.
you famous.
You ever heard of it?
Maybe like a really distant bell.
It's like a Slytherin or something.
So is it Savvy?
What did they slither it to?
You were swallowing something.
You're in this prison. This prison.
Wrong kind of production.
I think I trained as an actor before I switched to taking more of a stunt route. So I probably have a slightly more controversial opinion of what I think makes acting good. I think something Tom Hardy said is like there's two kinds of acting. You know, there's believable and there's unbelievable acting. So no matter what you have to do to get believable acting, do that. Whether it's like actually really, really focusing on the character, using emotional memory, thinking about something in your life that relates to it, or if it's thinking about what you're gonna have for lunch. If it comes across on the screen, it works. Don't worry about like trying to fill the shoes of being some kind of artiste that is super. Oh, I'm so in touch with my character. I think that predominantly wastes time. To kind of grow your skills as an actor as well, I found personally it's not about technique and what acting is on a page. I feel like the more you kind of understand about the world, about art, about yourself, about your philosophies and your morals, you can then step into the shoes of someone with the different ideas and morals to you. So the more kind of grounded you are, I think in the world is a big thing. Voice acting is exactly the same. It's, as I've said before, it's a really interesting way of exploring a character because at one point you're saying, "Oh, what a cute cat," and then the next you're like, "My dad is dead, and I'm going to end my life." So you have to jump this emotional range so much. So it's a really good challenge. And if you want to get into voice acting, same as any acting, you build yourself a reel. So if you obviously haven't got work already because you're not in that world, design your own characters and your own scripts, record yourself, make sure they're all very different. Approach agencies, say, "Here's my reel," and just be passionate about it. That's the most important thing. The worst thing is when someone's in it for the money or for fame or something like that. If you're actually genuinely passionate about it, that comes through on a really subconscious level. So, yeah.
I think
If you want to be in action films, what you have to do right now is take yourself to the staircase in your house and just roll down it. That's
Disclaimer, do not do this. Disclaimer, no.
Matt, you don't get it. Matt, you don't get it. You're not in the niche, okay? If you want to be an action film, go to your staircase right now. Listen to me right now. Go chuck yourself down.
Wait, really?
Jason,
No.
Okay.
Make sure that you have a camera rolling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Make sure you film that. Otherwise, no one
Yeah.
will watch.
Otherwise, then you're just an idiot going down the stairs. What's
Yeah.
the point?
It's not on camera. We waste the point.
I was actually going to say, I think another thing, I could probably go through loads of things that would help actors on set. If you do a take and you're not happy with it, there is nothing wrong with asking the director if you can do another and just explain why. Because I think a lot of actors get scared whether I can or can't do that. And actually, for myself as a director, I love that. I love when I say, "I've got this better idea. Can I give this a go?" 9 out of 10 times we normally say yes. The only time we wouldn't is if we're running out of time and But again, it's normally the case of we're running a bit behind schedule. I really like the one you did. Can we keep that one? But don't be scared to ask that question. If directors do say no, yeah, you kind of have to just deal with that.
Well, you got to do what the director says. Don't be afraid to also talk to them. They're not like scary mean teachers.
But also don't
Let's get the best out of you.
do shots.
Yeah. Don't get involved in the filming side of things. The
Yeah.
performance. Yeah. Add your input if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's like another thing I was going to add. This is also leading into the stunt world as well. Never ever lie about your abilities. You will be found out. You will ruin a shoot day. You will get blacklisted and not work again. I've seen it happen. I've told stories of it happening. It's bad. if you want a skill, go out and earn that skill. Don't say you can do it and think, oh, well, leading up to it, I'll do a bit of research. It never ever works out well.
Unless you're mad.
Be diverse, yeah, especially man.
Unless you're mad, he just says, "Yeah, I can do the camera," and then just does.
Yeah, just read the manual, and that's everything you need to know.
He literally spent a day reading the manual of Black Magic and was like, just knew it fluently.
But it's so insane that you just like can read it faster than that. It's about 30 minutes.
Oh my god, it's just not okay. You should study.
All right. Well, I'm looking at the chat here. So it looks like Alfie is going to be paying for a lot of medical pills of people just falling down the stairs.
Yeah. No, we're not.
I'm not paying for anything.
For the NHS.
Hey.
All right, guys. Well, my time is up. But if you wanted to go on the actual SubAlley TikTok and talk to people, it looks like everyone's really happy to talk. And I appreciate you guys coming out to talk to me. I always appreciated that you guys even gave me the time of day, that first message I sent y'all. And we are really excited to see what you guys are going to bring out. Thank you guys for everything. Do you have any other things to talk about or any questions for the people watching? Oh, look, a cat. Another cat.
Thank you for being a fan of us.
Yeah, just
keep watching our journey.
thanks for making our dreams, because we want to do this full time. We want to be able to make the kind of films that our audience will hopefully actually love. If anyone again is interested in getting involved in anything we do, or is interested in possibly even pitching an idea, we are going to hopefully get something set up where people can come and pitch ideas to us, because we're getting bored of just reading mine and job scripts. We want to expand that, and see what other people are out there, and let's collab and make some cool projects together.
Well, everyone wants to know, Alfie, what's the name of your cat?
Yeah.
Well, this one's Kiki.
Kiki. Oh, she's so cute. I love her.
It's the best.
No.
Next Zoom call, we should just have the cats stare at each other. I think that'll get a lot of views.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since the dawn of the internet, cats, right?
Do we all have cats?
Yeah.
I've got a cat.
Dan, do you know what?
I had an adopted cat for a while, but
Aren't all cats adopted? I didn't birth mine. Wait, what do you mean?
That was from my own. We had to steal a new one.
I used to have a cat in my life, but he is no longer around.
Oh.
Unfortunately. He's a sweetheart.
But look at that, we're all cat people.
I own a dog. I love cats, but I'm allergic, unfortunately.
Oh, I know.
All right,
So,
guys.
again, should we just have our cats join the Zoom call?
Yes.
Yes.
A cat's call.
Basically.
They'll probably get
I was going to say, Dan, best of luck.
He can wear cat ears.
chair.
I'm going to take all of the advice that Alfie gave about acting. I'll put on my favourite ears.
Throw yourself down the stairs.
And as a cat, you probably will just be thinking about what you're going to have for lunch.
I think milk will be in there, for sure.
I'm great.
I'm going to watch
You
it.
need something with substance, so maybe
Tuna.
maybe bread.
Bread, tuna, milk.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to swear? Can we swear in this? We can swear, right?
I've sworn so many times.
Oh, good. Yeah, fuck you guys. Stop saying that thing about milk and bread. It's so weird.
What are you doing, guys? Apparently.
That's all Elliot feeds us, by the way, on set. It's just milk and bread. That's all we have.
Milk and bread.
Should we not? I mean, do we? Oh, we have time.
We got time. Go on. Tell people the hilarious milk and bread joke.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Milk and bread. Let's do it.
It would be really funny actually to get caught halfway through there.
What's the milk and bread story?
Explain milk and bread to all of the people. I'm sure they want to.
Okay, I'm going to tell it.
Go ahead.
We were shooting in a factory. We were shooting an action sequence in Roastport. And in one of the rooms of the factory, there's this table that we have as our main set piece. So we had to unscrew the legs. It's a very, very large table. It took about 6 men to carry it. So we had to take the legs off, get the top off, get the top in, get the legs in, and bolt it all back up. And this is like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and we're knackered and we haven't eaten, we haven't had coffees yet. So me and Dan are underneath the table putting the bolts back in. And Elliot walks by, and we start messing with him, being like, Elliot, when are you going to feed us? When are we getting food? La, la, la. And he goes, can't remember who it was. He goes, so-and-so's gone out to get milk and bread. And we go, milk and bread! Let's go for breakfast! It's something to the absolute delusional state we were in. Just made the idea of like a glass
we
with
brought all
milk
the
and
stuff.
chunks of
We
bread.
brought all the stuff for breakfast except we forgot milk and bread. So I said, my wife Annie's just popped out to get the milk and bread because I was the only thing.
It was like you said it. It was like Elliot, what you guys? And you were like, oh, Annie went out to get some milk and bread. We're like, yeah, milk and bread. Oh, right, you're weird. I and Dan were in hysterics for like 20 minutes straight.
Every time we film and there's like, guys, that's lunch, Alfie and Dan always look at me with the puppy eyes like, milk and bread.
Just a new staple.
It's better than the alternative meal you give us with the one of those cubes things, the like sugar cubes you gave us.
Oh god, yeah, that was a bad.
5 hour
Yeah.
Yeah, we got those like 5 hour energy things. One of the set days, we were like, we're filming in a barn. It's a really intense fight scene. If we kind of have to break for lunch, everyone gets like slow and sluggish. So we just said, look, if everyone takes one of these, it just gives you energy for like a couple of hours. Our current camera operator at the time, by the way, he's very intelligent. He decided to just neck 8 of them in a 2 hour period. It was really dangerous. Yeah, so then he was like, I don't feel very well, and then had to go and have like a lie down. Pardon?
I literally had 2 of them, and I threw up outside and they came back to set.
Yeah, because no one read the packet. Well, some people didn't read the packet. Some of us did and was like, cool, I'll have one every 5 hours to give you a bit of energy, a bit of a pick-me-up. Yeah, and then some people just started popping them like Skittles, and then we were like, right, so we're never having these ever again. Except can't read. Yeah, we're like, people can't read, they're in the film industry, understandable. We're never having these ever again. Everyone will just have to go and pick up snacks from wherever we have the food stored for that particular shoot day. I'm sure we'll do a documentary about roast pork about the terrible working conditions.
The amount of it.
We need a whole other live stream to talk about all the stories we've got from roast pork.
Yeah.
We have to have a specific live stream just talking about behind the scenes on roast pork.
Yeah, we'll do SubAlley.
I think we should make a horror documentary of roast pork.
Oh yeah, we have so many.
We've got enough BTS to do that already.
Could the highlight of the documentary though be the fact that it took us like 17 takes to film Dan Wheeler rolling up a fucking window because he kept laughing every time he rolled up a window?
But that will have to do for, I think, a little bit of the excitement around the end. So we'll say goodbye before we disappear.
Oh yeah.
I think we should all just disappear. I think that's way cool.
I think you should keep saying stories and just cut off halfway through.
Yeah.
Join us next time to hear the rest of Milk and.
I was hoping it would be like, guys, this is the funniest, coolest story ever. So what happened was.
No, it's not be no. That's good, but it needs to like. So anyway, the next film we're bringing out is, and then it ends there.
Or it's like, anyway, more news about Hogwarts Legacy 2.
Yeah, a lot of lawsuits there.
Time for a real quick Q&A. We've got about 5 minutes. So if you've got any questions, go for it.
Yeah.
And if you do want to try out our milk and bread combo, picture it didn't happen.
Don't drink just milk and bread.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's okay. We do not. I'm sure it's fine, but there's no
Nice little standing with, right?
They're good. We have it every morning.
Yeah.
Well, I sometimes have my milk on my couch.
Do you know what? There's going to be one day we film, and I will bring milk and bread. That's all you're going to have. If you like it so angry, that's all you're going to eat. It's going to be like, that's going to happen. You've got to do that.
But a real quick question. What was the hardest scene to film out of the ones we have released? Hardest scene to film individually?
Oh, the tracks run fight scene.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
that's
yeah.
That was quite long.
Oh, yeah.
I think the alleyway scene for Emo, that setup was tricky.
And especially because we did it twice. So we did we did like a proof of concept, which you'll see some of that footage in the crowdfunding campaign when me and Steve were doing like the videos and stuff. And then we reshot it with the budget as well. But it was like outside. We had a horrible neighbour as well. We were going to go, what are they doing over there? We filmed it in my car park where I was staying flat. And we took up like 2 car parks and then transformed into this like sci-fi alley with like, we had like all this robots and stuff that Steve made like some props and it was really, really cool. But then the people who were just living there had no idea what was happening. We were just walking downstairs, but what the hell are they doing that for? So, but that was a long day. I was going to say the postman torture scene because that was definitely over the hours that legally we should be working.
I mean, I was there for a couple hours.
You
But
actually start.
any of these guys were.
Actually, I think actually, might be the scariest scene we filmed. I think it's going to be in Piggy when we tackle Nick with the fire.
Oh yeah.
Because I love like that, the sexual one of the group's like, oh god. Because what we did
We did film that in a single day. We started at like what 6 in the morning. We finished like about
1:30.
Yeah.
But that scene in particular was really scary because the werewolf was covered in very flammable material. So we couldn't let the actor do it because like he would have literally burst into flames if that flame touched him. So it was me wearing the extremely flammable wig tackling him at the end because it was very dangerous. I think the hardest one though, I mean the Piggies filming in that car in Piggies at night time, trying to light that was horrendous.
Yeah.
I think that the alleyway scene might be
It was really cool.
Yeah, that was like that and the alleyway scene so hard to try and light. That was really, really tricky.
The most intense though was that probably was from Tractor Run when we did the flashback. The death of the character. Yeah. So that was. Can I say that story?
Actually, we'll save that because we might talk about that when we do the BTS video. But there is a story there. So watch the BTS. I've never seen a grown man cry before until that.
I think that was the day. I mean, is that the only day we've actually had to say we're gonna have to film this another day?
Yeah, that's the only time we've ever not filmed on the day. Because
that's one of Tractor Run.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Day. It was day 1, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was
day
the first day. It was day 1.
And guys, we are forgetting there is another shoot day where we couldn't film because someone was allowed to get a haircut.
That's something we haven't put out yet, though.
Yeah, that's true. Wait and
But we
see.
can definitely talk about that in a 3-hour podcast.
Oh, we should so do a SubAlley podcast. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
I think that the first day of Tractor Run, that was. I honestly.
That was the most heartbroken I've ever been on one of our film sets. That first
Yeah.
when that happened.
We'll be.
I think that was Sam. My Sam Herbrick is like one and only day on.
Yeah, then he
on the
took over.
SubAlley set.
I love the way you say your Sam.
Like, we know so many Sams.
Josh can leave you alone, Sam.
If you want to.
That's
He's not
fine.
your Sam, Happy. He's my Sam.
I also love that Anne hasn't said anything in 5 minutes. It's just
I'm still here.
We do a SubAlley meeting. We just like right, let's talk shop, and then we just end up.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm still here. It's interesting. I'm watching the time too. It looks like
I think this call's gonna come up any minute.
we're at less than a minute on Zoom, so we should do the
Just quick before we go.
Yes or no question. Yeah. Real quick, my latest film thing was a certain film day or a certain shoot when everyone tried to convince me that everyone else was mad at me. That was good.
That's another one for the 3-hour podcast.
we do love it. Thanks a lot for the change zones. We maybe take it too far.
Yeah, when
Right,
we've got
We've got 10 seconds, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Love your comments and your appreciation.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much.
So, really big deal.
And it got cut off. Oh, that was perfect. That was fun. Thank you guys for watching. It was really nice of y'all to be here. Wow, we have over 16,000 likes, and that's really appreciative of you guys. I will be uploading the full thing on YouTube, and I'll put parts like I don't know. This was this is going on for an hour and 20 minutes. So each video would be like 10 minutes. So I'll do parts of this live on TikTok for those who couldn't make it. And you guys can look on the YouTube. I appreciate everything you guys have been doing to be here with me and to support me in SubAlley. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Bye. Love you. Bye.